A hacker manipulates people to share confidential information that can compromise their online privacy. It's extremely dangerous because no one suspects it. With a bit of acting, this hacker can bring down the entire company. In 99% of cyber attacks, users are tricked into installing malware using social engineering techniques, according to Proofpoint's 2019 research. Hackers use psychological tactics to cheat victims into thinking they're trustworthy entities. Examples of social engineering techniques. Here are the 5 most common social engineering techniques. Phishing and spear phishing emails. Phishing is one of the most prevalent social engineering techniques. In a typical phishing attack, a cybercriminal sends an email that appears to be from a reputable source, like a bank or your phone company. The email usually contains a message that tells you to log in and enter personal information like your credit card number, home address, social security number, and more. Baiting. When baiting, an attacker might drop a USB drive in a public area, hoping that someone will pick it up and curiously insert it into their computer. The virus on the USB drive will enter your computer and steal data as soon as it's attached. Pretexting. The hacker creates a fake scenario, aka pretext, and pretends to be a reliable organization, such as the IT department of a business or a government body. Once they have your trust, the hacker will trick you into disclosing private information that they can later use however they please. Vishing. Vishing, short for voice phishing, uses phone calls to deceive individuals. In addition to impersonating organizations or government agencies, hackers are now pretending to be family members using AI to mimic familiar voices. Impersonation and reversed social engineering. Impersonation involves posing as someone you know and trust. This might be a friend, colleague, or family member. In contrast, reversed social engineering is when you, the victim, contacts the attacker, believing they need help from a trusted source. Why social engineering attacks are so convincing. There are 5 reasons these attacks are so convincing. Playing with emotions and trust. Hackers often leverage human emotions, such as fear, urgency, and curiosity, to manipulate their victims. Targeting vulnerable individuals. Social engineers often target people who may be less informed about cybersecurity or more likely to trust others, like the elderly. Lack of awareness. Some people don't even know social engineering attacks exist. Attackers capitalize on this lack of knowledge, making it easier to deceive their targets. Copying trustworthy entities. Social engineers go to great lengths to mimic legitimate organizations, using familiar logos, email addresses, and even official-sounding language. Psychological manipulation. Social engineers study their victims, exploiting known weaknesses and preferences. This customization makes their attacks more convincing and harder to spot. Recognize and protect yourself from social engineering attacks. If you follow these 6 guidelines, you will easily protect yourself against most social engineering attacks. Requesting urgent or sensitive information. When you receive an email asking you to act now, step back and verify the identity of the requester through independent channels before sharing any information. Grammar and spelling. Carefully examine the language and grammar used in emails or messages. Social engineers are not always native speakers, so if you see awkward phrasing in your invoice from Apple, you know you're being scammed. Suspicious URLs. Hover over hyperlinks to view the actual destination URL before clicking. Be cautious when the URL doesn't align with the claimed source or looks unusual. Verify the identity of the person contacting you. If someone claims to be from a legitimate organization, independently verify their identity by contacting the organization through official channels rather than using the information provided in the communication. Educate yourself and others. Invest in cybersecurity awareness and training for yourself and your organization. Maintain software updates. Update your operating system, antivirus program, and programs frequently. Final words. Understanding the various social engineering techniques, such as phishing, pretexting, and vishing, is the first step in defending against them. To protect yourself, confirm the identity of requesters and carefully examine messages for questionable content.